saved bonds. In this presentation, we will talk about how to detect alternating fractures. Let's get started. I'm Leia Shhadem. I'm 13 years old, participant in codeavour 2023. Computation team, Bond Detectives, a project that is called Saved Bonds. I participated in the fields of robotics, including WRO 2021. I'm affiliated to the Syrian Scouts. I love playing violin. Now, Saved Bonds. The problem. One of the people suffered a fracture, and when he repaired his fracture, it was wrong. This error led to what is known as alternating fracture and a new fracture and a new splint. My project suggests discovering the correct splinting to protect the patient from an operation and severe pain, which is an experience I do not wish upon anyone after one of my close family members went through it. Now, the solution to the problem. My project aims to solve the problem of the alternating fracture before it becomes a alternating fracture. How? Through machine learning technology, the differentiation between correctly splinting and incorrectly splinting fracture. Now we'll talk about an overview of fracture. A fracture is a crack or separation of a piece of bone. Most fractures are caused by force applied to the bone. It is often the result of a fall or a direct blow to the bone. The affected part causes pain, especially when used. It may also be associated with other pre-existing or later onset injuries, such as damage to the umbilical vessels and nervous compartment syndrome, infection, and long-term joint problem. Doctors can sometimes diagnose fractures based on the symptoms, the conditions that caused the injury. Most fractures heal well and cause few problems, but the length of time it takes to heal varies based on many factors, such as the patient's age, type and severity of injury, and condition. Treatment of a fracture depends on the type of fracture and its severity. Now, places and types of injury. The places. Most often fractures affect the limbs, but they can occur in the bone of any part of the body, such as head, the face, the eyes, chest ribs, and vertebral column. The bones that make up the joint may separate completely from each other, called a dislocated state, or change their position only partially, called a dislocated state, partial. The ligaments that connect one bone to another can tear torsion. Muscles may tighten. The tendons that connect the muscle to the bone can tear rupture. Now, the forearm fracture. An arm fracture is in one or more of the three bones in your arm: the ulna, radius, and the humerus. One of the most common causes of an arm fracture is a fall on a fully outstretched hand. Now, the symptoms of a forearm fracture: spontaneous pain, numbness occur at the end of the index fingers. The patient may find it difficult to bend the thumb and pinky together. The treatment: 1. Realignment of broken bones without surgery. 2. Splint or metal frame with spins. 3. The patient may be prescribed opioid pain relievers and or sedative. Now let's move on to project coding to show you more how I programmed. I brought the pictures from different sites and I used machine learning technology and I added the doctor's speech and this is bottom to switch backdrops, and programming becomes like the one you see in front of you now. Okay, now let's run the project. Now the Dr. Bones talk about my project and explain to you. Oh, good. Thanks for watching. In the end, it's me Leia Shhada from Syria. I want to say thanks for my family, teamwork, and to my old coaches. Bye.